After more than 20 years together, Jim Obergefell proposed to John Arthur.
I leaned over, hugged John, kissed him, and said, "Let's get married."
Arthur lay dying from ALS, known as Lou Gehrig's disease, able to move only his head, right arm, and right hand. On a chartered medical plane parked at the Baltimore-Washington International Airport, they married in July 2013.
Being able to say those words and to make those promises to the love of my life was the happiest moment of my life.
They flew straight home to Cincinnati, not realizing their Maryland wedding would not count in Ohio. Voters here in Ohio passed a state constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriages in 2004. The state also does not recognize same-sex marriages performed legally in other states. Arthur's health was failing when the couple learned a death certificate would list Arthur as single. Obergefell sued Ohio and initially won, so when Arthur died that October, he was listed as married. But the state fought back.
The state of Ohio wants nothing more than to take John's last official record as a person and to change it so that it's wrong. They want to erase the fact that John and I were legally married. They want to erase the official record of our marriage, of me as John's spouse. There's no way I would ever stop fighting for that.
Obergefell is now the principal petitioner in one of the most anticipated hearings in Supreme Court history. The court will consider whether the Constitution's right to equal protection under the law applies to same-sex marriage, and whether states that ban same-sex marriages must recognize unions performed in other states. Opponents of same-sex marriage say Ohio voters already decided.
When you vote, that's supposed to be the highest law in the land. The Supreme Court is not higher than the people's votes. The Supreme Court is under the people's votes. And if the Supreme Court can come out and override the will of the people, that's a distinct problem. Now we've got a tyranny.
37 of the 50 U.S. states and Washington, D.C. now allow same-sex marriage. Obergefell will be in the hearing room, hoping the highest court rules in his favor.
We love each other. We committed to each other. We built a life together. We were productive members of society. We were part of our community. We are exactly like the couple next door. And the fact that we're both men doesn't matter.
A decision is expected by late June.